Today's lesson is chapter 4, and we're going to do lessons 3 and 4. We're going to solve equations. This is one of the most important things we can do in math, because what we do after we learn this, we keep using it in every other math class you ever do. So I wrote these questions out right here because I thought maybe you have already been doing solving equations back in a younger grade and you just didn't even know you were doing it. Sometimes math assignments might have like a box. Like we have some sort of a mystery box and we're adding 2 and we're going to get a 10. And mental math, you could figure out that that was an 8. And something minus 5 is equal to 2. Something times 8 is equal to 32. So you kind of have already been doing this. Once you get older, you start using a variable like an X or a Y or an M or a C or an A. You can use any letter you want. So the equation this time would say X plus 2 equals 10, or X minus 5 equals 2, or 8 times X equals 32. And we're still trying to find the mystery number. It looks a little fancier because we're a little bit older. We don't need to do a little box. We're going to do it more proper with variables. But we are also in 7th grade, so they're not always going to be super easy numbers like that. We're going to start having negative numbers. So maybe we have X minus 10 is equal to negative 72. So we've got to now figure out what number could we subtract 10 to get a negative 72. Or maybe we're going to have a number divided by negative 8 and it's going to equal 4.6. So they might be decimals. They could be fractions. We could have 3/4 of a number, then that number is going to be equal to negative 2.5. So back in the lower grades, it was a box. The box was pretty easy to do mental math, but could be written like this. But now we are not only going to write it properly, we're going to have negative numbers, we're going to have fractions, we're going to have decimals. Okay, I'm going to be very, very specific on how you have to show your work. So I've got this piece of notebook paper over here to show you how I want your work to look, what it's going to look like, how you're going to draw it on your lines. If you use graph paper, that's fine too. You can adapt this to graph paper, no big deal. All right, so when we work out a question, we've got to ask ourselves these things. What number do I want to get rid of? And what is the opposite operation? And we've got to make sure whatever we're doing, we do it to both sides. So let's actually get started, and this will all make sense. So let's say I had X minus 2, and that equals 8. Okay. My first thing is, what number do I want to get rid of? Well, right now, X is attached to this guy. So I want to get rid of this 2. I don't want this 2 anymore. I don't want to subtract 2 anymore. I want X all by itself. So I've answered question number 1. I want to get rid of the 2. What is the opposite operation? Well, right now we're subtracting. So the opposite of subtracting is to add. So I need to add 2. So if I put on the next notebook line a plus 2, my yellow note says whatever I do to one side, I got to do it to both sides. So I come over here and I write a plus 2. Now, this minus 2 and this plus 2 go away. They're gone. They're not there anymore. Technically they turned into a 0, but they're gone. Then you come over to the other side. 8 plus 2 is 10. I like to skip a line, and I write my final answer, X equals 10. So that took me 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of notebook paper, but kind of 5, because I like skipping a space, because when I put it up here, I can't really see what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it took me 5 lines of notebook paper. And to help you remember how to do this, I have a silly little song, and it goes like this. -2, we're plussing, aren't we? Okay, sorry. plus 2, cross out, what's my answer? X equals 10. Okay, so I know it's a fabulous song. It's going to be on the radio someday. But until then, we're going to sing it in class. And we're going to sing it every time. And let's do another question. All right, our next question is going to be X plus 14 is equal to, well, let's make it equal to 30. So there's my first line of work. What number do I want to get rid of? I want to get rid of this 14. What is the opposite? The opposite of adding is to subtract. Here's my silly song. Minus 14, cross out. What's my answer? And I need a second to get it. X equals 16. So if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other side. It's called balancing your equation, keeping your equation balanced, kind of like a science balance beam. And so we do it to both sides. 30 minus 14 is 16. All right, we still haven't really done any fractions or decimals or negatives, so let's do one of those. Or no, let's do a few more simple ones. Let's do 4x equals 24. What number do I want to get rid of? I want to get rid of the 4. What is the opposite operation? So right now the 4 and the x are smushed. Smushing means multiply. The opposite of multiply is to divide. So I'm going to divide by 4, and I'm going to show my division. I'm not going to use a house. I'm not going to use the dot dot. I'm going to use a fraction bar. That's what I want you to use. So we're going to say divide by 4. Come over to this side. Divide by 4. These guys go away. They cross out and they turn into a 1. 24 divided by 4, well, that would answer would be 6. Okay, and if we were singing the song, we would sing divide by 4, cross out, what's my answer? X equals 6. What if we started off like this? X on top of a 2 is equal to 10. What number do I want to get rid of? I want to get rid of the 2. What is the opposite operation? Well, right now it's division. Opposite of dividing is multiply. Here's how I want to see you multiply. Please draw a dot. And then put the 2 on that line of notebook paper. Come over here and draw a dot and put a 2 on that line of notebook paper. Now, think about this. These 2's are diagonal from each other. Technically, this is 2 over 1. So it's like fractions. 2 over 1, x over 2, the 2's are diagonal. When things are diagonal, we can cross them out. That was the whole point of this, right? We want to cross somebody out. We want to get rid of them. We want them to go away. If I put the 2 on the bottom, then it doesn't help me because 2 and 2 don't cross out. The 2 has to be up here for it to be diagonal to cross out. I come over here. 10 times 2 is 20. X equals 20. Here's your Google Classroom questions. I've given you one equation, and I want you to answer these questions. What number do you want to get rid of? So which of these, in this situation, what do you want to get rid of? Part 2, what is the opposite operation? And part 3, give me a final answer. Make sure you write X equals and then the number. Don't type in any spaces, just smush it all together. X equals the answer. And good luck.